We like to believe the future is open, that our choices matter, that tomorrow depends on what we decide today. This belief feels so natural that we rarely question it. Free will seems obvious. We feel ourselves choosing. We feel alternatives. We feel control. Physics does not share this confidence. At the deepest level of reality, the universe may already know what will happen next, or worse, it may not care about choice at all. For centuries, the universe was viewed as a machine. If you knew the position and motion of every particle, the future could be calculated with perfect accuracy. Nothing was truly free. Everything followed inevitably from what came before. This was classical determinism, and it left no room for free will. Then quantum physics appeared and shattered this certainty. At the quantum level, outcomes are not fixed. Events unfold as probabilities, not certainties. Particles exist in multiple states at once. Only when measured does a specific outcome emerge. This seemed to reopen the future. Indeterminism replaced inevitability. Many believed free will was saved, but quantum physics did not simply restore freedom. It replaced one problem with another. Randomness is not choice. If your decisions are determined by classical laws, you are not free. But if they are the result of quantum randomness, you are still not free. A random outcome is not a chosen one, it just happens. This creates a paradox. Physics offers two options: determinism or randomness. Neither explains free will. As we approach 2026, this paradox has become more serious, not less. Modern physics suggests that the future may be constrained in ways that are deeply unintuitive. One of the most unsettling ideas is that the universe may be time-symmetric. At the fundamental level, the laws of physics do not distinguish between past and future. The equations work in both directions. Cause and effect are not as rigid as they appear. In some quantum experiments, future measurements seem to influence present outcomes, not by sending information backward in time, but by restricting which histories are consistent. The universe behaves as if it must remain logically coherent across time, even if that coherence spans both directions. This raises a disturbing question. If the future must be consistent with the past, and the past must be consistent with the future, then how open is the future really? Some physicists propose that the universe is a block. Past, present, and future all exist simultaneously as a single structure. Nothing flows, nothing unfolds. Everything simply is. In a block universe, the future is not something that happens. It is something that already exists. From inside this block, we experience motion. We feel time passing. We feel choice. But these experiences may be emergent, not fundamental. They may arise from our limited perspective within a static structure. If this is true, then free will becomes difficult to define. Your future decisions exist just as surely as your past actions. You are not creating them. You are moving through them. This does not mean your choices are meaningless. It means they are part of the structure itself. You choose what you choose because that is who you are, but you could not have chosen otherwise. This idea feels deeply uncomfortable because it contradicts experience. We feel alternatives. We imagine different futures. We regret past decisions. These emotions suggest freedom. Physics does not deny these experiences. It questions their interpretation. Another possibility is that the future is not fully written, but partially constrained. Quantum mechanics allows multiple possible futures, but not all futures. The universe permits some paths and forbids others. Within these boundaries, outcomes are probabilistic. In this view, the future is like a branching structure. Many paths exist, but once one is taken, the others become inaccessible. Free will, if it exists, operates within constraints imposed by physics. But this still leaves a problem. Who or what selects the path? Some interpretations suggest that all paths are realized. Every possible outcome happens in a different branch of reality. There is no single future, there are many. You experience one because you are part of it. In this multiverse picture, free will becomes even more ambiguous. Every choice you could make is made somewhere. You feel free because you are unaware of the branches where you chose differently. This does not rescue free will, it dissolves it. Other approaches suggest that free will may not be a fundamental feature of the universe at all. It may be a higher level phenomenon, like temperature or pressure. At the microscopic level, Particles follow rules. At the macroscopic level, patterns emerge that feel autonomous. Your brain is a physical system governed by physics. Neurons obey chemical and electrical laws. Yet the collective behavior of billions of neurons produces thoughts, intentions, and decisions. Free will may exist at this emergent level, even if it does not exist at the fundamental one. But emergence does not mean independence. If the underlying system is constrained, so is the emergent behavior. As we move closer to 2026, artificial intelligence and neuroscience have sharpened this question. We can increasingly predict human decisions before people are consciously aware of them. Brain activity often precedes conscious choice. The feeling of deciding may come after the decision is already in motion. This does not prove that free will is an illusion, but it suggests that our experience of choice may not reflect the underlying process. Quantum physics adds another layer of uncertainty. If the universe is fundamentally probabilistic, then exact prediction is impossible. But unpredictability is not freedom. A coin flip is unpredictable, but it does not choose. The hardest question is not whether the future is written. It is whether the concept of written even applies. The universe may not be a story unfolding over time. It may be a complete structure, where time is just another dimension. In such a universe, asking whether the future is written is like asking whether the north already exists before you walk there. From inside the system, movement feels real. From outside, nothing moves. Free will, in this context, may be a way the universe experiences itself locally. You are not separate from physics. You are physics, arranged in a way that feels like choice. This does not make your decisions meaningless. Meaning does not require metaphysical freedom. It requires coherence, intention, and consequence within experience. Even if the future already exists, you still live it moment by moment. You still deliberate, you still care, you still act. The unsettling possibility is that freedom is not about changing the future. It is about being the kind of system through which the future passes. In 2026, physics has not answered whether the future is written, but it has shown that the question is deeper than we imagined. Free will may not be something the universe grants or denies. It may be something that emerges when matter becomes complex enough to reflect on its own behavior. The future may already exist. Or it may exist as a set of probabilities waiting to be resolved. Either way, the feeling of choice remains. And perhaps that feeling is not a mistake. Perhaps it is how a deterministic or probabilistic universe experiences decision from the inside.